Hey, Subto, welcome to Discord. My name is Jeremy Davis. I'm a Subto student. I'm also the leader for Utah, Nevada. Specifically, I'm in Salt Lake City myself, but I'm also the person that put together this Discord for you to leverage and learn and network and make a lot of money together with other students from across the nation. In this video, I'm going to give you kind of the step-by-step process on how to get on Discord in the first place, how to utilize the system so you understand it, set up notifications for yourself, and again, make the most amount of money possible. But before we start, I want to ask of two things. One, I want you to give me the time to watch this video. I want you to understand everything I go over so that you don't have questions at the end. And number two, I want you to open this up into a browser and I want you to hit subscribe. Not only will I give information about Discord itself, but also have podcasts, creative finance reels and shorts, a lot of fun stuff. So you help me by hitting subscribe and I help you by making money on this system. So let's go ahead. So here we go. Here we have sub2course.com. This is where you're going to log in to gain access to all of the Subto Vault, all of the videos of the past that PACE has done with other students, as well as the PACE method itself. Right now, what we want to focus on is the PACE method. Once you click View Course, I want you to identify at the top of this website is going to be Discord link. Click on that link, and it's going to prompt you to either log into Discord if you already have it, or it's going to prompt you to set up your own account. Once you set up your own account, you'll be able to access that same system via your phone or your web browser, or there's an actual app for your desktop, whether Windows or Mac. I want to stop for just a second and say, if you're on your phone right now, this is the time to make your way to a desktop. The instructions that I give are specific for the Mac or the Windows desktop. A phone is going to be a little bit different. So again, do yourself a favor and move yourself to a desktop if you're not already on one. All right, here we go. Congratulations, you have made your way into the Discord server. Right now, you're going to be looking at a channel called Start Here. If you look towards the top left, you're going to see all of the different channels within the server. And right now, you should only be seeing Start Here, which is the only one available to you. You are either watching this video on your phone, on a browser, or if you're already on Discord, you're probably watching this video right now, right about here. Once you've done that, I need to ask two questions. One, have you set your nickname as your real name? To do so, you're going to look on the right side here. If you click on your name, you should see a little edit profile. Click on the edit profile and then edit server profile. User profile is going to be your actual account profile, but right now we only care about your server profile. Click on server profile and look for server nickname. Right here is where you should say your real first and last name. We don't want to see Zombie Slayer 123. We want to see your first and last name so we know who we are talking to, and if we're doing deals, who we are working with specifically. So once you've saved that, we're coming back to this channel. Now, the second thing is, have you subscribed to this YouTube channel? Like I said, if you've opened this up in a browser, you should see on the bottom there to click subscribe. If you're on your phone, once again, scroll down and click subscribe, because if we move away from this channel, you will not be gaining access to this video once again. But once we have watched this video, you are ready to move to the next step. Right here, you're going to see this little Y. If you see the border does not have a blue, it's because you have not clicked it yet. Once you click this Y and you see that now turns blue, that means you've now been given access to choose your markets. Click on choose your markets. All right, you have clicked on choose your markets. Here is going to be a visual representation of all of the accountability groups or all of the regional groups that are led by people like me. Here, once you click on this, Arizona, for example, is self-explanatory. But let's say you're in the Pacific Northwest. Let's say you're Wyoming. This should give you an idea of which accountability groups or which regional groups you belong to. My suggestion is pick one not only that you are local to, so a physical market, but also pick a virtual market. Here is going to be a list of the very specific regional groups. You cannot invent your own. You cannot make up an area. These are the groups that are created. And once again, if you're not sure where you belong, you could find your state here and pick and choose accordingly. Now, to pick your two groups, you are going to verbatim, word for word, letter for letter, you are going to copy this down and enter it into the bottom. So for example, exclamation Arizona. No space between the exclamation and the Arizona. You can copy it or you could type it in yourself and you are going to go exclamation Arizona and press enter. Once you press enter, it's going to give you your first market. If you'll notice here, Joe M-CTX did not follow the instructions, did not give his real name. And as you can see, he is also inventing his own groups because Oklahoma, we know, is part of Dallas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. Once again, he was not paying attention or reading the instructions, which says right here, please read these instructions. The approved groups are listed above. Pay attention. No space between the exclamation, written as shown, 2 separate entries. If you're unsure of which group you should join, please reference the graphic at the top of this page to find where your market belongs. Again, please choose 2 groups from the list up above and enter them one at a time. Okay. So, Joe, we're going to have to go back and follow the instructions again together. But for right now, guys, once you pick your second market, abracadabra, everything should have opened up. So once you choose your 2 groups, you will be given access to the entire Discord server for Subto. I'm going to go channel by channel and explain to you how to leverage them and how to utilize them to your best advantage. Number 1, at the top here, you're going to see group leaders information. This is going to be every regional leader and their contact information. So as you scroll through, you'll see different emails or Calendly links. Again, at the bottom, there I am, Jeremy Davis, Utah, Nevada. Let's take a quick pause, everyone. When you join Subto, more than likely you have an MSA or a member service advisor. Their job is to help you navigate through the mentorship the best way possible so that you can kind of steer through the different Zooms and understand which direction to take if you're getting started in real estate. However, the leaders that you're looking at right now, we have all been chosen by PACE, tried and tested, know how to close deals, and are here primarily. We are not employed by Subto, but primarily are here to help guide you, hold you accountable, and get your deals over the finish line. So if you have leads or you have deals that you need help closed and you're not sure about contracts, you're not sure about talking to a seller, or whatever you're not sure about, your leaders are there to help you get that deal over the finish line. So please, when it comes to joint venturing, your leaders are the people you should go to first. So this channel is where you can contact them and schedule a time to be able to speak about whatever you specifically need. All right, continuing on. Request for group change. Guys, as we just explained, you choose 2 groups, whether it be virtual or physical markets. But because we don't want you guys to change them willy-nilly, it will be done once a month on the first of the month. If, of course, that first of the month lands on a holiday or, for example, a mastermind weekend, we're probably not going to get to it right away, so bear with us. But if you do have a request, you're going to go through here and you're going to specifically state which new group you want and which group that will be taking over. So what you can do is go to server setup, where you can see, once again, this video and the graphic. And if you're not sure which group you belong to, for example, a lot of people just say Florida. We need you to be specific. Florida North, Florida Central, Florida South. So again, pick which group you want to get rid of and which group you want to replace it with. Paces Places. This is going to be your announcements and your Zoom schedules of the week. So the admins and the moderators that work closely with Pace are going to be updating this usually every couple of days or when something important comes up. Text channels. Guys, these are pretty self-explanatory. You've got general, you've got new student introduction, need a closer, files and uploads. This right here is a 75 hard with Caroline Kane. So if you guys want to be physically in shape and you want to be part of that, same thing goes with Battle Buddies. Quick little pause. When looking at channels, sometimes things will change. So if you're watching this video and it's somewhat in the past and something has changed since then, just keep that in mind. Now, here's where it's going to be really important, guys. This is your regional groups. For right now, you should be seeing 2 of these groups. As you can see, for an admin, I can see all of them. But for right now, this is where your groups are going to be. If you see that there's a number next to it, that means that someone has talked to you specifically or said at everyone. So that's probably one of your leaders trying to get your attention. Next is the conveyor belt. Before I continue on, I want you to notice that there's a couple of channels here that have been shaded darker than the rest. That is because that information I have already clicked on, I have already read it, and there is no new posts that have been made since the last time I've been to that channel. The reason I point this out to you is if you accidentally hit this arrow next to the categories, it will make those channels disappear. I say this because students have come to me saying, did you delete this channel? I can't find my channel. It has disappeared. And that's because they accidentally hit that arrow next to the category. So if you click that arrow, it will open those channels back up. That's all I wanted to point out. Continuing on, the conveyor belt. This is going to be your system. This is going to be your business. This is going to be from start to finish of lead generation to lead follow-up to acquisitions to dispositions, transaction coordination. You may not know what I'm talking about yet, but eventually you'll understand that your business is going to be on a conveyor belt. It's going to be a pipeline of leads that you're going to follow up with until you get more deals. And that's what this goes over. So systems and CRMs, this is going to be questions about software. Virtual assistants, if you hire people, whether they are from another country or whether they are here in the States, but they are virtual to you, that's going to be a virtual assistant. Lead generation, different methods to get leads, comping and underwriting, acquisitions, dispositions, transaction coordinations, and finally mindset and goals. So once again, guys, the conveyor belt is going to be your business. So go here to make sure to ask questions on when you are ready to start and when you are ready to scale. Next is going to be deal strategies. This is pretty self-explanatory, but right here we have listed most of the common strategies that you're going to do to acquire properties or real estate. One is going to be subject to wholesaling, fix and flip, seller finance, Mortgage method, lease options, short terms or Airbnbs, corporate rentals or midterms, long-term buy and hold, wraps, BRRRR and SIR, house hacking, wholesale MLS listings, and novations. If you're a seasoned investor, chances are most of these terms are going to be very familiar to you. So this is not going to be very overwhelming. But if you're a new student, if you're a new person to real estate and you've never done a deal, I can understand how a lot of this may feel overwhelming and almost suffocating. What I'll tell you right now is take a deep breath. I work with a lot of new students, and a lot of the time they say this is like taking a drink from a fire hose, and it really is. There's a lot of information within Subto. PACE has provided us so much knowledge in one mentorship that this can be very overwhelming. But over time, you're going to learn about all of these different terms, and they're going to become your best friends in helping you buy properties in real estate. Speaking of real estate, here we have everything else real estate. This is going to be everything that I have ever thought of that could ever be possibly related to real estate or investing in general. I don't need to go through all of them, but if you can see here, the reason I point this out is deals for sale. If you have a property that you're looking to list or you're looking to wholesale or you're looking to find a buyer, this is your place for that. Please don't spam that on other channels. That's very important. There are specific channels for specific needs. Let's stick to those channels. Visionaries, integrators, single family, multifamily, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on and on. Feel free to go through all of these. And again, guys, this is where you're going to be able to communicate with other students that specialize in these specific categories. So if you want to learn about 1031 and capital gains, this is where you go. If you want to learn about joint venturing or the contracts that protect you and partnering with another student, this is where you go. Voice channels, really simple. This is a place that you can go to where you can be able to talk to other students so you don't have to make a phone call. This is where if you want to have a group conversation, everyone can join you there. So what you do is you click on the channel, and when you want to leave, you would just disconnect. And finally, the bread and butter, the networking across the nation. This is the Subto networking. This is going to have all 50 states listed. And if you have a deal that you're specifically trying to sell in, for example, Indiana, you would go into Indiana and try to find a buyer. Or if you need boots on the ground in, let's say, Louisiana, you can say, hey, who here is in Louisiana? I need help getting pictures taken for a property. So overall, all 50 states, the ability for you to network and work one-on-one with other students is going to give you the ability to do deals nationwide. One thing I want to talk about real quick is how to set up notifications specifically for this. By default, all of these channels are set by notifications only if someone mentions you specifically or a leader were to do an @ everyone so that everyone is notified. But if you are, let's say, wanting to buy in Hawaii, and this is a market that you want to work in, you're going to right click on Hawaii. You're going to go to notification settings. And here the default is mentions only, like I said, where they mention you specifically. And you will change this to all messages. That allows you to, whenever somebody makes a post in Hawaii, you will be able to see that, you will be notified, and you will be able to get first dibs on a deal that you may be looking to buy. So make sure to do that for the channels or the states that you are looking to purchase in. Well, that about does it. Thanks for sticking through this video from start to finish and getting your Discord set up so you can start doing deals nationwide and networking with other students. If you appreciated this video, you guys want to learn more when I make new posts or new shorts or reels or podcasts, you could follow my other social media @TheJeremyDavis. And if you haven't done it yet, please click subscribe on the bottom of this video because when new stuff gets posted, I want you guys to get notified first. So again, I appreciate you. My name is Jeremy Davis, Salt Lake City, doing deals nationwide, and good luck. Welcome to the mentorship. Subto out.